And welcome to the show. This is Sean. Yeah. May the first be with you. This is Sean.
This is Ed.
This is Will.
I don't even know who that guy is down there, to be honest.
I know.
just some random different dude that I've never seen before.
Yeah, this is how the last couple of days have been for me. Everybody keeps taking double takes. And
did you accidentally to shave it off, or
no? I finally have a neck, so I was curious how it looked, and everybody's been saying that I don't look the same. I look too young.
You look like a baby with a hat on and collects everything. Zombie Hunter, what's going on, brother? What's going on?
Zombie Hunter.
Zombie Hunter.
Yeah, it's growing. I'm growing it back. But
I'm scared.
It's gonna take a few weeks because
I'm so scared.
I can't take the criticism anymore. That is not even criticism. Like
you just like draw a beard on or something.
That's what I told the kids I was gonna do. I mean, they freaked out.
I'm freaking out, man. It's weird. I'm gonna put you back up at the top though, but
why? Ed deserves second billing on this show. He's the man.
Just chilling.
Yes, indeed.
So I mean, hello. Other than your changes this week, it is killing me, man.
I'm sorry. I'll just do this the whole time. So, yeah, how's it going?
You need to go to the store and go buy one of those fake mustaches or something. I mean, it's not a lot of news. It's not a lot of news this week, but Ed has a couple of things. But I have one thing that came out today from Sideshow.
News next week for sure, because
God, we're gonna have so much news next week.
Yeah,
but
I think
Ed,
that's why it's so light.
Yeah, I'll let you take it away, brother.
Well, as we said, an early happy Star Wars Day to everyone.
Yes, may the first be with you.
We are definitely looking forward to that. I know Sean and I were just saying a second ago, I cannot wait for them to drop Tales of the Empire. I'm very much looking forward to that. The characters, the fact that
that's tomorrow, right?
I didn't think it was dropping until Saturday.
I think it's dropping Saturday.
Okay.
So, but no, I'm looking forward to that. And who knows what else we might get. I think that I've heard we might get another trailer for Acolyte, a few other things. So we should see what happens on that when that Saturday hits. I saw this and I had no idea this was even out there. Star Wars Hunters. Had you guys seen or heard about this prior to this dropping? Did you even see it?
I've seen like a clip of it, but it was just.
Isn't this part of Fortnite?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't know. This makes it seem like I don't know the games. There's a couple of games out there to where they're squad based and you can have like 4 or 5 different characters. And they each have different attributes. This feels like that, but on a Star Wars theme. So I know it's well, actually this wouldn't be Fortnite because this is supposed to release on June 4th. So
well, I mean, it still could be. I mean, because Fortnite does all those like random drops where it changes things. I mean, I don't know. I don't play it. Alex plays it like nonstop. He's always on damn Fortnite. It's always new releases, new drops. He's staying up till 3 a.m. for this new thing coming out. I don't know. So I don't get the Fortnite thing, but it's big.
I don't get it.
Yeah. Well, if nothing else, I hope that this is something that drops to Xbox Game Pass because I would be interested in trying it out. I don't know if I would buy it if it weren't a Game Pass item. And then who knows if that's the case, we might add it to our Friday night.
Is that a droid Jedi, like a Jedi with a droid head?
Yes, it is a droid Jedi.
That's interesting. You know, does he have midichlorians as a droid?
I don't know if it's that or if it's a droid who is just pretending to be a Jedi. Kind of like,
I mean, he's got the whole outfit on too. So,
oh yeah, no, there was a little bit of a write up about the different characters, but I didn't have an opportunity to go through them in detail.
Interesting.
And we are celebrating the 25 years of Lego and Star Wars, and they put out a little 3-minute kind of fun video that had all the various Star Wars characters and jumped from the different franchise or the different incarnations of Star Wars and Lego together, and it was a cute little thing. I know I'm a Lego guy, so I was kind of excited to see it and all the different characters in and out. So it was just a fun little thing to see.
Very cool.
So
what do you have? I know you have something.
Well, I got something real quick to drop.
Go ahead. Okay.
So May the 4th is also free comic book day. And there are some Star Wars comics that will be a part of free comic book day. And I believe one of them has introductions of new characters. So if you're into that, huh?
Do you know which ones they are? Or
I don't. This was last minute research I saw it paste through. So like it just popped like as I was logging on, because as you know, I was just right on time.
Yeah, of course.
I had to watch Bad Batch, and then I had to watch X-Men '97, and oh my god! But that's a whole different story. But I think it's the only Star Wars free comic book day that they're offering this year. There's like 40 different books that are being offered. So
there are. Previews does have. I think there's like a bundle of like 20 books or some shit like that. Like,
yeah, a lot of places are doing like you can like actually pay for the free comics, but you get them all. You know, because some places only let you get like a limit of 5, you know. So, yeah, I plan on going with the kids, making them pick theirs, but making sure 2 out of theirs are ones I want. And then I get my 5. And then, you know, same with Jenny. Jenny does that. You know, she might pick one that she wants, but there might be I would say like a kids, but like a Star Wars Adventures book. There's always one every year. And those are always fun. Those are always cool. So.
There is a young Jedi. There is a young Jedi Adventures book that is going to be available.
Yeah,
I actually can.
And the Young Jedi Adventures is the first time they're in comics.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is, and it's funny because this comic shop in Chattanooga that we stop at, the guy who works there is the artist on this book.
Oh wow! Nice.
Yeah. So
very cool.
There's another one. I think this is this says Star Wars on it, but it has like Lando. Oh, that's pretty cool. I don't know what this. It says a free comic book day art preview, and then there's another one with Luke and. I mean,
look at that cover. I mean, I would just pick that up for the cover itself.
Absolutely. 2 action-packed stories featuring Darth Vader, Princess Leia, Luke Skywalker, and more classic characters.
But it is that the young Jedi one is the one that has some first-time characters in it. So,
yep, featuring 2 of the young Jedi's brightest students. I have not. Ed, you haven't watched this yet, Young Jedi.
I have not.
I mean, it's very kiddie. It's very kiddie. It's just like the Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. Like I don't watch that, and I love Spider-Man, but it's like in that vein, you know. Like I remember my kids watching like Wonder Pets and shit on Nickelodeon, like that. Like I don't want to watch that, but like this is good for entry-level Star Wars for kids. You know what I mean? Like it gets them into it. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
For those who are into fashion and customs and sneakers, which myself, there is a guy who actually I've known in the past. He's a great tattoo artist actually. His name is Bull Ayers. But it was company's Bull Ayers, and he's doing some custom Nikes and sneakers that he actually licensed, not his own license, but I don't think he has. I'm not sure if he has a license for Star Wars. Don't get me to judging anybody, but
I don't know about those Leia ones. Those look weird.
Yeah, but yeah, those are
cool. Those are cool.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. I don't. Not my bag. I'm cool.
I don't know, Sean.
I don't need them.
I know you don't need them, but if especially for 450, I don't need them. But
yeah, I mean, yeah, they're not bad. I mean, they're really good. They look cool. The Stormtrooper ones look really cool.
Those look really cool too.
Yeah. I was about to ask if there was an Empire or Sith version.
Yeah,
you know there will be. There'll be like
yeah. He always does a great custom job on this. He has some really good stuff. Like he had like some really cool stuff, but he has some hoodies that's coming out.
I kind of like that. Then I could be Porkins, although I don't weigh like I used to. So
yeah, a Darth Vader jacket, a leather jacket.
That's really cool.
Yeah, really cool.
But I don't wear leather, so
well,
I'm not like Ed here.
You do wear leather, but it's on your own free time.
Well, those are assless chaps, but that's a different story.
A Thrawn leather jacket.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, Blair's like does a really good job, man. Like really, this is a really cool one. Puffy jacket for Princess Leia, Cloud City. That's really cool.
That is actually cool. You know what? Those would go with the sneakers.
Yeah,
that ties in with her sneakers. Like her sneakers alone, I was looking at. I'm like, I don't know about those, but
this hat is tough. I love these. I love a 5-panel hat, so I'm like kind of like digging it. But
I mean, but you kind of do, right? Like. Because this would match a lot more outfits.
It would.
Like the green one you got doesn't match a lot. You got to go with the certain motif for that. That one kind of goes with everything.
Yeah, I'm.
Although I don't like the plush.
Yeah, I'm. You know, it really surprised me. I'm surprised he's able to get away with it. I'm surprised the House of Mouse hasn't said it.
I'm pretty sure this is limited, and these will be pulled down very quickly. They'll sell 100 and then take it down.
It's a smart way. That's the smartest way to do it, dog. I'm gonna be honest.
It's like TeePublic or any of those places, man. Like you post your thing,
they will pull your shit quick as mother.
Yeah.
So if anybody watching likes it, buy them now.
Yeah, get them now. Get them quick as you can, because they don't play that game. Another cool thing that came out this week is more my thing, but Sideshow came out with this awesome Mace Windu premium format. I'll not play the sound, but yeah.
That looks good.
That's awesome. Like that pose right there.
Really looks good.
I kind of want that. I do love Mace Windu.
It is bad ass. It's a bad motherfucker.
That's all I can say. Does the hilt say what does it say? What did he say he had on his hilt?
I don't even know. Bad motherfucker.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
BMF, I think it was written on his hilt. I think that's what he said.
That's a good size too.
Yeah, it's 21 inches in height.
That's
I mean, yes, I have to pre-order this. This is the only fucking statue, the only black Star Wars statue I think they've ever made.
They haven't made a Lando?
No, they haven't made a Lando, which boggles my mind of why they haven't.
Well, what is he gonna have? A cape, and that's about it.
Yes, and a blaster, a cape and a blaster.
Or is he gonna wear Han's outfit like out of nowhere?
He gonna have that Cloud City thing going. Like,
yeah, but remember when he left Cloud City in the Millennium Falcon? He had Han's outfit on.
Yeah, he could, but I don't want to see that when we went to Cloud City.
It's true, Zombie Hunter. I mean, Mace Windu does deserve to be 23 inches.
Yeah, exactly. That's a badass. This is an amazing statue, dog. Like, I'm probably had to get that one.
I mean, then are you going down prequel trilogy stuff, or is this?
But it's Samuel L. Jackson, Mace Windu. Like, he was a bad motherfucker. let's keep it 100. Like, he was bad.
I agree. I'm just saying, once you open that up, you're like, oh, he's just sitting there by himself.
Well, not really, because I do have. I mean,
you have a Maul.
Oh yeah, I got Maul. Yeah, Maul.
Okay, so then you put Maul.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, some You know what's weird? As much as like, there's some prequel stuff that I'm still like high on. Like, I'm kind of like, there's things that I like from the prequels that were really good. Like,
because you love Rebels, so it changed your opinion.
Clone Wars changed my opinion.
I'm sorry, Clone Wars. I meant Clone Wars.
But in hindsight, I really think Revenge of the Sith's lightsaber scene is one of the best Star Wars lightsaber scenes around.
Hands down.
They
still haven't beaten that.
They still haven't, and I still think the Maul, Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan.
Oh yeah, the first one, yeah,
that was great. There's just things inside of them that's just like, oh, this is terrible. Like Jar Jar Binks is like terrible. Like, oh God, why?
God Raising is terrible. I hate it so much. Phantom Menace is opening this weekend too, and I was looking, because we were looking at the movies to go to see Godzilla Kong. Mm-hmm. There's no time. I got a good time for it. I saw Phantom Menace, and I'm like, do I want to do that? I'm like, I don't know if I could sit in the theater, like especially these Dolby Digital 4K, whatever. I'm like, if I listen to that pod racing scene, I already get headaches even watching it on TV. Just like it just drives me nuts. It's like a weird trigger thing, man. It just gives me such a mental headache. I'm like, if I sat through that in those screens, I think I would have gone nuts.
Yeah, that audio is tough.
But I can, but then I get to see that awesome Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan Maul fight. I love that scene. That's what I'm saying. Like, that was such a great part of that movie. I want to mash up the first two movies in that prequel trilogy and make one. I don't care if you jump the time period where Anakin's older. I don't care. You do that like intermediate cut 15 years later, whatever you want to do. Not make Padme creepy hitting on a 13-year-old boy. I mean, it was, right? Like, she was a lot older than him in that first movie, and then all of a sudden
it was weird. The time jump was weird. The time jump was very weird.
All of a sudden and he's a lot older looking, but he's supposed to be like 13, 14,
Little Annie?
It was so gross. It was so gross. And then he got older. But then I guess, I mean, she wasn't that old. What's weird? It's weird. I didn't know Keira Knightley was like 12. Like she had, when she filmed that. Like I didn't know she was a young child. Like it didn't make any. Yeah. Like when I seen her in an interview, she's like, "Yeah, I was like 13." I was like, "Really?" I was like, "Damn, she looked older than that at the time." Like I guess you don't really realize
it's the British.
So long.
Just kidding. All the British people that listen, we love you.
I know. What are you talking about, man? Stop shit on the British, man.
Yes, it was.
That's really it. I think Hallmark has some stuff coming out for
they're ornaments.
They have new ornaments, but they also have they're having is it like 40% off or 20% off on all Hallmark Star Wars gift wrap and stationery. So if you want to
those are like you just showing there mugs, a cookie jar, like just these weird knickknacks that I will not get. Although those Chewbacca slippers are
those are pretty dope.
kind of calling my name Christmas morning, putting on them Chewbacca slippers and walking around.
It's funny. I just bought my first pair of Crocs.
Which ones did you get?
The Star Wars Crocs.
Well, which Star Wars? There's multiple ones. I was going to text you because I was at a damn Burlington and they had the Star Wars clog Crocs that had all the different ships on them. They were all it was like a really cool pattern, but they only had a size 10. And I'm like, Sean's bigger than a 10.
Yeah, I'm a 12. These are the ones that I picked up. And you know what? I realized I don't like Crocs. but
you gotta wear, Sean. You gotta give it time. Yeah, those are cool. I like those. I saw those. Yeah,
these ones I got.
You gotta get used to them. I didn't like them at first either, but then I got used to them.
Yeah, they're very convenient. Like they're very I can go outside with the dog and call it a day. And
Fernando, you're right. You can't be wearing those chewy because they're fur lined on the inside, but I can wear them when I go back home for Christmas to Chicago. That's rocking Chewbacca furry line slippers.
Yeah, so these are the ones that I picked up.
That's cool. I like those.
Cool, but not me.
Yeah, Ed, you don't. I'm telling you, man. Once you get used to it, you're like, holy crap. I have like 6 pairs of Crocs now. I got some Avengers ones just recently. It's ridiculous.
It's not really my cup of tea. They're convenient when I want to run out the house real quick.
That's what they're for.
Yeah,
convenient.
It's very convenient. I'm like, oh man, damn! And now I can look cool with some Star Wars socks and everything else. Like it works. It does work.
It works. Exactly. You wear some funky socks with it. I got my pink Spider-Man socks. Boom. Put on my Spider-Man Crocs and I'm good to go.
Yeah. But and I wanted to tell you about this one, man. I'm not sure. Like, I don't know if you collect Hallmark stuff, but this one's pretty goddamn cool. And like, it's coming out. I think no time soon. I think it's like maybe in September. But this is
that's cool. An ornament.
It's an ornament, and it closes.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's got music or sound effects or something.
Oh yeah, it's got the sound effects, I'm sure.
Of course it does. But then they also have another one where it's the trench scene.
And stocking hanger?
And all this shit moves. Yeah, it's a stocking hanger.
It's a stocking hanger.
I'll rip that shit right off. But it's $100 though. But you can combine all of them together and it makes a whole scene.
Oh, the whole trench run.
Yes. The whole trench run, bro.
Yeah, but you're dropping what, like $5 on the trench run?
Oh, look, it's like fucking $100.
Well, right, but if you buy every one for $100, how many pieces are there?
2.
Yeah,
just 2.
Oh, is there just 2 right now? Okay.
Two pieces, 2.
But if you've got multiple people in your family with stockings, you got to do more than 2.
You think I'm thinking about more people if I'm getting this for myself?
He's getting it for himself. He doesn't think about it. Well, because you know what? The other thing is nobody in his house would want it.
Yeah. Like, what does Zoe want? Zoe want shit. Like, come on, man. I don't worry about none of that. So I'm good.
I like this one.
This I might get because honestly, I have the Han Solo and Carbonite one, and it's pretty awesome. So
yeah, we got that one too. We got a lot of Star Wars ornaments.
Yeah, that's a great one because that one was hard to get in the beginning. So I'm definitely gonna jump on this one too.
You have to get a bunch and then just do a Star Wars theme Christmas tree. All Star Wars ornaments.
I can't because I got a lot of Spider-Man ornaments and Marvel stuff too. So mine's a Disney themed tree. It's got Star Wars, Marvel, and Disney.
Oh, I get the whole thing. So I'm thinking this is what I was thinking first. I was gonna do it all gold and put my R2D2 in front of it and have an R2D2. Yeah. I was gonna do that, or I might go crazy. I might take the Carbonite thing upstairs, put that behind the tree.
No, get a kid's Halloween mask, a 3PO, and put it on the gold tree.
I could do that too. There's a lot I could do. I'm going all out this year though. I think I'm gonna have shit in the front, and I don't even got a big front, but I'm gonna put stuff out. It's gonna be all Star Wars themed. So
yeah, our neighbors did too, and we had them up too. So because he had a Yoda and an R2 and a Vader, and then I put up a Grogu, and we had a Boba Fett.
Oh, okay.
You know, the inflatables. So like I'm like, okay, now I got to go find a couple more because they had Ewoks. They had a bunch of Ewoks and stuff. So I'm gonna try to find that one this year.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get something this year. I should have got that Yoda. The creepy Yoda one they had at Lowe's.
Oh yeah. I see that one.
Yeah, so
that was like expensive for that one.
It went down in price though.
150.
Yeah, but it went down. It went up like $100 at one time.
It was an animatronic creepy Yoda.
It was weird. All right. That is it for the week. Next week we will have a bunch of shit probably, and I get to talk about some of my collectibles because I got a lot of shit coming in, and they're not blasters, so I can't share those on. I ain't doing that again.
No blasters.
But I do have some. I have a studio scale piece now that I would love to share, but it's just too big. I don't have time just to get it up. So next week I'll have it sitting out and I'll share all the stuff I did. I did get the Darth Revan. You can see it over here in the corner. It is a beautiful piece. It's by XM Studios. It is. I'm very happy I got it. So
that's nice.
Yeah. So yeah, but we'll talk about that next week. All right. So let's get down to the nitty gritty.
Bad Batch.
Final season series episode.
And it's just,
so Sean, I thought I would have the same feeling, but I didn't. Toward the end of this episode, I was actually like, you know what? They stuck a good landing.
Oh,
they didn't.
The ending was great.
They didn't do, as we kept predicting, right? That it was going to be Tech is one of those dudes, and that was going to be a big. They didn't do it. Spoilers, guys. I don't know if we get that spoiler alert going.
Oh, let me play that real quick for people get a little too crazy. If you have not watched it yet, oh well, but you're gonna get the spoilers.
There you go. Spoilers. They didn't. I was happy that it was 50 minutes, right? Because we were the whole time thinking, like, what the hell are they going to do in the last episode at this point?
Yep.
Like, I would have probably just released the last two together, made it like a nice hour 10, hour 15, and you just go, right? Because it kind of, like, it had a weird cutoff. Because I watched both today because I didn't watch them last week. So I was watching it and I'm like, you should have just kept going. Like, why did you do this? But I get it. They extended it out. But I actually give the episode a hero.
Oh.
And because the episode did well, and I'm kind of happy where it left off, that I give the season a high sidekick. Because there's too much pacing issues. If we get a super cut, I can see it being a hero. But there's just too much of that over and over again that we kept getting into. The same thing that happened last season, right? Like, oh, we need to go here. We need to get this piece. Oh, we need to go all the way over here. I got to do a mission to get this piece. I got to do this. But there was some good drama scenes too. Like, what's her face? Who was the lead cloner, right? Like her going out.
Nalase.
Yeah, Nalase. Thank you. I couldn't remember her name. Like, she went out like a boss. She took it down. She took it her own. I love that scene.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's where it was like, I made that turn. I was like, okay, like, cool. Like,
Yeah.
And you had Crosshair like losing his trigger hand, and I'm like, damn, like it
was crazy.
It went dark, not as dark as I had thought, because we were all thinking, like, where are these characters going to be? But then that little kind of Lord of the Rings ending, where we had an ending and then an ending to an ending, I kind of enjoyed that. So I'm going with the hero on this episode. We'll talk deeper, but hero.
Okay. Ed?
So, I agree with everything that Alil said. As far as it being a hero episode, a high sidekick for the entire series. The last 3, 4, maybe even 5 episodes we had, I think everybody was at the same point of going, okay, I'm exhausted. You're dragging this out. The pacing was off.
Yeah.
It ended in a great way. Like, they could have made this an 8 to 10 episode series and it would have been much better. It was just too long and too painful towards the end. But this episode, it was a nice wrap up to it. I was very excited that some of what we were predicting and some of the expectations did not happen. I like where they went with it. I mean, I wouldn't mind it a little darker, but that's just because of how I am with most things. I mean,
no, it is still kind of a cartoon, although,
yeah,
I mean, we just watching X-Men after this. We're like, oh, that shit got dark. It's like...
So it gave us good closure for this storyline, but still left opportunity for us to continue in a few spinoffs if they go that route. So, and I even got choked up at a couple points, but that just might be my old age.
No, I did too. It was the end. The end got me. But all 3 endings got me. Because to me, this had 3 endings. Yep. I was for some odd reason I got emotionally involved. Maybe I was, having
I don't think I share y'all's same enthusiasm for it. It was okay. I was pissed that I didn't get a chance to see like a full, like it's like they wanted it alone when I wanted to see more clones helping out.
But I agree. I thought they were going there because when Crosshair said, "You guys go was it Cody that he said to go reach? I can't remember.
Look at Rex.
To Rex. Yeah, go contact
I
Rex.
I thought it was going to be like an all-out war on this planet of clones versus whatever. So like, to me, it didn't live up to the hype that I wanted it to be. It was a good ending, but I didn't care as much about everything at some point, because you get to a certain point, you're just like, oh well, nobody's gonna die, and I'm like, I
thought Wrecker was. I thought he.
So did I.
I didn't like. I felt like I was just like, oh, this is gonna go this way, and there were some cool moments. It was dark though. Again, the episode was so dark. I don't understand why they went with that art direction of making it so dark.
I mean, everything is black, white, and gray. Like that's really it. Like everything is black, white, and gray, and it's like weird too. Like when you see like skin tone, it's just got this weird shadowing, and like it. Like I don't know. Like I don't. I'm not an animation guy. I'm not an art guy, but like I just kept picking it up. It was like the hand was like weird, blocky, kind of black. And I'm like, I don't know why everything is so dark, except for where all the kids were. That was like really bright, but again, that was all gray. So it was like that black, white, gray. That's all. That was the color palette. They went with the Zack Snyder color palette.
Yeah,
it's funny. We've always talked about them being dark, and because I've put these slides together for several episodes now, I start watching other people who review these, and I'm looking at whether it's video or images, and I'm like, oh, I can tell that you brightened yours up too. So it makes me laugh. Everybody's doing the same thing.
Thank you, Duback. I appreciate you, man. I feel like I did a cool job on that print, man. I didn't even share that with y'all. I did a bad batch.
I did a cool job. Just Pat. let us tell you did a good job, man. Like,
did I do a good job?
Yeah, I liked I liked it a lot. I even hearted it on Instagram. I was like,
I appreciate it.
Yeah, that gets not that I wouldn't have, even if I didn't like it, because
I know,
boy, right? So I would have taken care of you. But I did like the print.
I tell you,
it was
terrible. Yeah, I mean, you got the screenshots like on some of these. I mean, my overall, I give it a high sidekick for me. Like I'll give it a sidekick. Like I enjoyed the whole season. There's a lot of things that. Excuse me. I think there's some shit that needs to be wrapped up in another show, and I know for a fucking, excuse my language, for a fact that we're gonna get another kind of show that had nothing to do with the Bad Batch, but more maybe Omega or Asajj Ventress or something in that lane of this Clone Wars era time.
And that's interesting that Asajj Ventress showed up here. Did her thing with Omega, and then that's just done. You know what I mean?
It's not done.
Well, I mean, but it's for this series, for where we're at right now, and it's like I don't know what it's going to take for her to come back. If there's going to be an Omega show,
yeah, and like you put in Rex, you got Wolf. Like this is open-ended shit that we need to know. Like, wait, what? Like, you're just gonna stop right there and not tell us nothing? Like, there's something. There's a lot there.
You got a whole town of clones, so it's like,
Yeah, you got Echo. Fucking what happened to Echo? Like, there's a lot of story to be told within this situation that's going on, and I need to know what happened. Pissed, but anyway, these two got their comeuppance at the end of the day, and I love every single bit of it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that one scene with the grenade, I loved it. And
well, to your point a little, when they're here on the planet and Wrecker is complaining and the way that he's moving, I'm like, he's not going to survive this.
He's having that pain, the shakes, the same as Crosshairs. I thought same with Crosshairs. Like Crosshairs had a death wish this entire episode. He kept saying, "Go, I got this." He was, he kept trying to stay back because he was like, "I'm no good to the team. I've got to be the sacrifice." And he didn't. Like, fortunately, when they cut his hand off, I thought like it was going even darker. But
yo, they did cut his hand off. That was crazy. Like, I did not expect that at all. I was like, oh.
So Rampart's captured, And of course, the doctor comes in and is just like rubbing his face, going, "Why are you even here? Like, you realize that my work is indispensable." And you can tell there's this whole animosity between the two, but it was interesting. And also the fact that, I always thought all the Imperial cells were closed. It almost looked like that there was an open window between him and Nala Se.
There was.
There was.
I'm like, that one kind of threw me off, but you get the whole scene where Omega is reprogramming the droid to knock the other good doctor out. And that was it was good to see because she is an unlikable character, which she's designed that way.
Yeah.
But when you get to the next piece and they walk in and the doctor's there and he's like, "Oh, don't worry, we're going to deal with her." I'm like, damn.
Damn.
Omega was the one who got you, and now they're going to take you off to who knows where.
Yeah, so, but I don't think she ended up getting her comeuppance because the end is
because everything went to shit, right?
Yeah,
we all seen this coming last week. We all seen this.
Oh yeah,
it was a duh moment. Like, oh well, we know what's going to happen there.
Yep, Godzilla.
Yeah. So.
You had to have something to kind of thin out the herd for the Bad Batch, right? Like you had to have something big to happen.
This was stupid, like because we didn't get a chance to see their faces.
But to me, that's a good thing because to me that means they weren't anything; they were just regular clones that he was working on. Like if we saw the face, it would have been tech, right? That would have been the play. Yeah, because that's where the emotion piece brings in. The fact that they went this way, you don't care about them. So when the Bad Batch takes them all out, you don't care about them.
Yeah,
and I'm okay with that.
There's some good character designs. It would have been interesting to get more of them, even if they are nobodies other than just other clones. But they were badasses, but still went out quick.
Yeah,
they had no time. There was no time.
No, these are, and it was funny because I was thinking
they were
the whole
Knights
time,
of Ren.
Well, I was thinking of, and I couldn't think of the name, the character from Ahsoka that everybody thought was somebody else.
Merrick.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden it's like poof, smoke, gone.
Like
these guys are the same thing.
Like a fart in the wind.
Yeah, there were so many theories. It's like, oh, is that going to be Ezra? Is that going to be this? Is that going to be that? Yeah. And like, it's just like here, we thought one of these guys was going to be Tech. I mean, I was like, they predicted it. They showed it goggles. Like, you don't play that out. But
yeah, I'm so glad it wasn't.
Yeah.
Well, I was hoping it was for them to then free him and him to kind of join back the family. But I guess the sacrifice and the death last season held, right? You want death to have a meaning because literally you cut off limbs.
It definitely meant
cut off limbs don't because like they just attach other body parts to themselves. It don't matter.
Here's the point where Crosshair loses his hand, which is kind of a nice symbolism since that was the part that always bothered him about being here on Tantus. To kind of remove that which bothers you. I mean, it was a nice symbolism, but man, sucks when you're a sniper and you lose your trigger finger.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but he still did it with the other finger, and he hit the mark.
He did hit that mark at the end.
Echo to the rescue,
like always. Echo saved more motherfuckers in this show than when he was even in the show. Like he was in the show for like 5 minutes, but
I know he had the least amount of screen time, yet always saving the day.
Always saving the day.
Like in my view, like this season, no joke. I love Hunter as a character. I think Hunter was great, but this season did him a disservice because he didn't do shit. Hunter kept getting knocked out, kept getting thrown out of this shit plane, kept getting blown up here, he was the first one to get captured. And then here comes Echo just taking everybody out. Like, oh, I got Stormtrooper gear out. I'm just in and out the whole thing, avoiding everybody, tapping into everything R2-D2 style. I'm like, man, that's all you needed was him.
Yeah.
I loved his line when he's with Emery and the crazy. And he's like, oh, that's Omega. She's like, how do you know? He goes, because that's what I would do.
Yeah. Yeah, even there was a point. There was a point where the Bad Batch, they were together, and they were like, "Who did that?" Omega.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
When that big monster came out, that was
Yeah.
exactly they're like Omega. And then you see all the damage. Omega was here. It's
this was a callback too, because remember in was it The Mandalorian or was it Book of Boba Fett when they were in Coruscant? And remember, it was that the episode with the two soldiers, the one that was the scientist guy and the Imperial officer. Remember, she wiped his brain.
Yeah.
So same callback to that. Like he's doing the same shit. Like he's trying to wipe their brains so that they can be, dum dums. So
reprogram them to make them more assassins.
Yeah. So they did this. Yeah, that was just nice little callback to that. I remember they used that. So
they're gathering the troops and releasing them.
Yep. We say Lo?
I like this that the clones stuck together. They could have gone and nope.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the theme throughout the whole thing is that you've got a bunch of soldiers who were supposed to be programmed to follow orders. I mean, that's the whole thing. Good soldiers follow orders, but then they become individuals and they make the decision to fight for each other.
Yeah.
So
good soldiers follow orders.
Good soldiers follow orders.
There you go.
Our boy Tarkin always looming in the background.
Always.
Stardust. I was like, that's a terrible code name.
But come on, man. That was a great callback. What are you talking about?
I know what it meant. I'm just like, Project Stardust. I'm like, can we come up with something better?
No, come on, Lil. Don't be shitting on Rogue One, bro.
That was Jyn Erso's baby name. And here's your scene you talked about to where Nala Say's got the thermal detonator.
With Sean's detonator.
I had to play it. so
awesome. It's great that she went in there fully knowing what she had planned to do and just happened to take him with her.
Yeah.
Which is good. He got what he deserved, man. Like
absolutely.
This dude, I was waiting for him to heel turn like everywhere. Like every look he gave, I'm like, man, get this guy out of here.
She was going to sacrifice herself, wasn't she?
Yeah, that's what we would assume. Yeah.
I thought that was great. Like I thought that was just a good, like now I'll say good job. Like boom, just took his ass out.
I think she also thought that if she didn't, like, and the Empire got their hands on her, the same process would have restarted, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's why.
And to her point, she's like, no, this is Kaminoan research. This is our thing. So
yeah. Yep.
The clones are going in, and Omega's trying to free her brothers, but the good doctor knew the entire time that she was going to come back for them because they don't leave anybody behind. So it was a setup. This whole episode was, this whole build up to them, the clone force coming in to Tantus, it made the doctor look really smart because he's like, I knew they were coming, planned the whole thing out, set it all up. I'm going to send the ships out after the Zillo Beast because that's going to make them think they have a way in. We know they're coming. So it was nice to see the Imperials for once actually act like bad guys who know what's going on.
He was smart. I think he was too smart for his own britches.
He wasn't too smart. He was cocky about it, right? And I think that's always the downfall. It's either the villains are too dumb or they're too smart that they're so cocky about being it. That's what takes them out, right? And it was so you could see everything here. When Omega had him on the bridge, and I was like, okay, well, this is what they're gonna do. They know.
Yeah.
James Bond villains.
Yep.
I threw a little image up at the top because there was a lot of similarity to the data banks here and the data banks from Rogue One.
Yeah, I know. I noticed that too.
Which again, I love the continuity when it ties together.
Yeah, they do their best to do it.
And now the the assassin clones are showing up to take on Clone Force 99 as the good doctor's like, oh, so they blew up all my stuff, but I just need her and I can replicate it. So he handcuffs her to himself like the secret briefcase.
Yeah.
And man, did they take out those assassin clones with prejudice.
Yeah,
holy cow.
No heart. They was like, fuck you guys. You guys are dying.
Yeah, I mean, Wrecker was beast mode here, man. Like, he was Wrecker and everything. When he ripped that thing out and used it as a shield and kind of just,
he jumped right through the glass. I was like, damn, Wrecker, like, he taking it all. He took all the hits in this one.
Well, I think that was the other thing, too, because I think Wrecker thought he was going to die. So he's like, if I'm going out, I'm taking everybody with me.
Yeah, and this is the second time I thought he was going to die.
Yeah.
I mean, this image here, he takes the guy and shoves his whole head into a console.
Yeah, it was nice.
Like total beast mode.
This was a beautiful scene. Beautiful scene. I'm not. Yes. I ain't gonna hold you. This shit was like, mwah. It was. I didn't expect her to really kind of do it like that. I thought honestly, I thought the Crosshair was just going to just shoot him right in the head. But the way they did it, it just, when Hunter was like, trust her, she can do. I was like, oh wow. And it made as much as like Omega was like that annoying character throughout this whole thing, it gave her that like, she got this. Like,
oh yeah,
Omega got this.
She's one of them.
It made me feel like she was one of them. Like, that's, mind you, we went through 3 seasons of this shit, and this last scene right here made me feel like this whole episode made me feel like she was one of them, and she ride or die with her brothers. She ride or die with them, and that was dope. Like, that was real dope. I like that. And they took that shot, and that was it. They blasted the hell out of his ass.
All that, and even Torch before that. You got the clone commando. Man, they lit him up.
They lit him up, didn't they? I could have sworn I thought he was going to like last a little bit longer. Like, he did nothing.
No. And the same thing with the good doctor. They got, I think, like 5 good shots in on him before he went over the edge. So you're not coming back from that one.
Nah, you ain't coming back from that. That was it. That was a kill. Those were kill shots.
And I believe in the course of the timeline, this is the first Imperial Star Destroyer we see.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you something. 5 more seconds, and they would have got their shit rocked by that Star Destroyer. You remember how that thing popped in real fast? Like, remember in Rogue One when it popped in real fast and it fucking destroyed? Oh my god! That's a great scene, mind you. Like when a Star Destroyer just comes out of fucking light speed, it's like, and the ship is just go, whoo. Like that. 5 more seconds, they would have been trapped, but they got out of there in time, and it was nice to see a Star Destroyer. Really great. That was awesome.
Oh yeah, because again, this is the transition point. This is when we go from Clone Wars to Empire.
Yeah.
Like, this is the true shift of the entire thing. So, and they decommission Mount Tantus. Now, it'll be interesting to see if they, depending on what they show us in the future as far as other shows, whether this facility comes back into play. I mean, I've heard some different things to where, when we see Thrawn return, this could come back into play, because we know that the Project Necromancer, we know that's what they were doing here. And at the end of this, we assume it's all destroyed. It's all gone. The data's gone. Nobody knows with Omega's tie into it. But when we get into the Mandalorian time period, it's all of a sudden discussed again. So somehow in between, it has to resurface. Is it Thrawn when he comes back? Do they go back to this base? Does somebody go back and find something that they kind of pull the thread? I don't know.
Or it could just be a different scientist, finding some kind of information from the was it Kaminoans?
So Project Necromancer is the
Clone
Emperor's...
Palpatine.
Clone Palpatine.
Okay.
Somehow Palpatine has returned.
Why?
Yeah. Now I don't think how it would be the Kaminoans. I mean, at this point, they're gone. Like all of them are dead. Their entire planet was wiped out. Rampart.
Yeah, but we see that happen all the time, right? Like there's this whole race is gone, but then all of a sudden you see a handful pop up that have gotten out, escaped, that were they might have gone. They might have gone to another.
Yeah, a la Jedi.
Exactly. So it's
it's crazy. It's crazy. They wiped out all the Jedi, but there's like fucking 20 of them still alive. Wait,
there's more than 20.
And more showing up every day.
Yeah, it's weird. They all keep just showing up out of nowhere. I could have sworn the Order 66 was supposed to, destroy all the Jedi, but they clearly did not do that.
And even if it wasn't 66, you've got all of the Inquisitors out there to kind of clean up the mess. They didn't do their job either.
Oh no, they did a shit.
No, because they sucked.
They sucked. They did suck.
So, all these Inquisitors got their butts kicked. I mean, you saw Ahsoka taking them out. I like this shot. I was really happy with this shot. But see, like the shot before, if we go back before, like when they were on the bridge and like she walked up to both Hunter and Crosshair and hugged Crosshair first.
Yes.
That was the first time I was like, oh man, like
I got
like that bond that happened this season. Because like for so long he was he did the heel turn and came back and kept, we kept seeing the handshake. We kept seeing all the things. There's still that. I'm not saying that there was distrust, but like, is there something going to go wrong with him because he's still not back to normal? And like, he hit the mark, saved her, and she embraced him. And I was just like, it's deserved. It was like a great payoff because you would have expected it to be Hunter because Hunter was always that father figure, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, it was Crosshair, Uncle Crosshair.
It was beautiful. This was beautiful, man, because now they're free. Like they don't have to worry about being chased by anybody anymore. And that's dope. Like that was like, oh man, they did all this and now they're free. But they didn't get a chance to enjoy that with Tech. But Tech was the sacrifice, so I get it. But like, this was tough.
It was.
It would have been beautiful. It would have been beautiful though if Tech was still alive. Like, I'm gonna be honest. The sacrifice, I don't think a sacrifice was really needed. I think I was fine with, however it went, but I get it. But like they didn't have to sacrifice Tech. Like,
yeah, but we assumed that they were gonna sacrifice them all. So I mean, at least 3 of them got to survive. Yeah. And then this, we got the older Omega going to join the rebellion.
Thank God she got grudged. They grew up. Like, thank God she grew up. Like, I was worried that they were never going to grow her up.
So here's my thing with this theme. While I loved it, it should have been all 3 of them. Should have not just been Hunter. Should have been all 3 of them. Like, when she turned those lights on, all 3 of them should have popped out and said, "You think you really can get, you sneak out of here?" I think that to me would have been a little more impactful. Because they were all like father figures. I get it. Hunter was the main, but still.
That, and as he even comments, like that was his talent. Having that kind of sixth sense, the ability to know things before they actually happen. So it makes sense that it's just him. It would have been nice to have the others, but
I mean, he could have woken him up.
Yeah, well, that's the other part.
I want to see what they look like grown up. Oh,
I do too. You got him with the gray, still got the, I want to see.
So that was the other part. As I was trying to put the timeline together in my head, so we know that the clones age at double speed. So at what point do we see the old men clones in, what was it, Rebels, right?
Yeah, I don't remember.
So if that's the case, like, I'm trying to figure out with Hunter here, shouldn't he be even older than he looks here?
I feel like there's something else to it that maybe their age may not be as fast as we think it is.
Well, I mean, I know that they're altered clones, but I assume that like the aging process didn't change. I mean, Omega is unaltered, so she's kind of like Boba Fett. She's going to age at the same pace as everybody else. The clones are going to do double pace because that's the only way you can grow an effective armly and use it. Otherwise, it takes a lifetime. So the fact that Clone Force 99 is the age they are at this point in time tells me that they had to have been sped up. So, if like I don't know what time period happens from the last scene when they're at the tree to this. If it's 8 years, it's 8 years for her. That would be 16 for the clones. I don't know. I'm just trying to wrap my head around that part of it.
I mean, he looks old. He could have used him
He
just for
does.
men.
Very possible.
Just
for clones.
Yeah, there you go. Just comb that shit in, get the hair going.
And
I mean, if you look at Echo, man, Echo looks like he's 100. So
yeah.
Yep.
So,
and this was the end. And I know that if Wrecker was in that scene,
is it over already? Oh man!
That's it, man.
They stuck the landing. I'm happy that they stuck the landing. I was really, and they gave it a closure, right? Because we were predicting, like, are they going to do a season finale and then a movie? Are they going to do something? And yeah, there's probably going to be spin-offs, or at least maybe Echo joining another animated series, depending on what they want to do with her in the New Hope now timeline, because I think that's where I feel like she's at. She's like now at a New Hope. So we'll see. I don't know, but like if they don't come back as characters, I think I'm fine.
Yeah, I don't need
satisfying ending for the group.
I would be interested to see if something happens with Omega and how it fits in with a timeline we're already familiar with. I'm wondering if she says, they need pilots now more than ever. So is this after the Battle of Yavin, to where, they had their first major success? The rebellion is now a known entity, but they're pretty thin on pilots because they lost almost all of them. So if that's the case, like, is she now out looking for them during the time of Empire?
Is she Rey's mother?
No, please no.
There's those theories out there.
I know, I've seen them. I don't need everybody.
Man, if we get in the Rey movie,
everybody.
if we get in the Rey movie, like Force Ghost Omega,
I'm glad she wasn't Force sensitive. Just had the right blood to make the clone work. I don't need everybody with Force powers.
Maybe she's Sabine's mother. Ugh.
Yeah, again, I don't need a tie-in. And it would be, the other part too is, again, trying to figure out how all the timelines fit together, because we're going to get more live action stuff. I mean, is there a possible way that she could slide into the Ahsoka story? I'm trying to, it's
so what's the original trilogy? What's the original trilogy timeline?
Well, Battle of Yavin's always like the starting point for the entire timeline. I think that you go, what is it, 9 years?
Where's Battle of Yavin to Battle of Endor?
I think that's a 9-year period between those two.
Okay, so if she's 18 now, that puts her at 27. And then it's 5 years after the Battle of Endor is where Ahsoka, that series was, or Mandalorian was kicked off. So 32. So yeah, you can get a mid-30s.
She could fit.
Yeah, I think you have. I think that's a character that, because Sean and I were talking about this, like, would they come back in live action? That's a character that could probably show up.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that they had Rex in, didn't they have Rex in Ahsoka?
Yeah.
So if you had Rex there,
no. Rex was in Clone Wars, but he wasn't in Ahsoka.
Why did we not get a live action Rex?
No, we haven't. We have in Obi-Wan, we got a clone that was begging for money.
That's right. That's where I was like, I remember seeing a clone somewhere, and not Boba Fett.
So I was wrong.
It's only
there's only 4 years. 4 years between Battle of Yavin, because it's 3 years from Yavin to Hoth, and then another 1 year from Empire to Endor.
So yeah, so you get a late 20s, early 30s Omega, which at that point, you can still bring back the Bad Batch if you want to put them in the Ahsoka series as they come back, especially if Omega has a bigger part in season 2. Just have to age them up.
And they actually try to retcon at times that Rex was in Return of the Jedi, that he was the bearded rebel soldier on Endor.
It hasn't been confirmed though. They never confirmed it.
No, it hasn't been confirmed, but I actually like that possibility. I think that.
So if that's the case, we can still get an old Bad Batch for one last fight. They've had their freedom now, and they're ready for one last battle to go out like the soldiers they are against Thrawn.
All right.
There you go.
Well, listen, we said it all. We reviewed it all. We talked about it all. We did everything we could.
Acolyte's next, right?
Next week, no. We're going to talk about next week is Tales of the
Empire. Yeah.
The Empire. Okay. We're going to do that, a review of that. We may break it up into 2 because when is Acolyte? Acolyte's not till June, right?
First Wednesday in June. So June 2nd, June 3rd, somewhere.
We got some stuff we can always review some original trilogy stuff if you guys want to do that. Go back a little bit and review some stuff and talk about some shit.
Yeah, no, it might be good to break the Tales of the Empire up into its 2 parts.
Yeah, I think we'll do that. That'll be dope.
Give me time to absorb some more X-Men 97.
Yeah.
Stan, I haven't used that line in a long time. Stan's dad.
Oh wow!
I haven't used that in a long time either. I was thinking about that one too. That's definitely gonna go up there. But
coming off. X-Men.
May the 4th be with you and everybody who's out there watching Star Wars and doing everything you need to do. Enjoy. If you're going to Disney, pretty sure you'll be down there for that May 4th thing because I know
I'm not, man. It's booked up, man. It was booked up solid. I've been looking at it every day trying to figure out if we can get in, and we will not be there on Saturday. It's going to be nuts. Really? Today was nuts as Hollywood Studios because it was the 35th anniversary of Hollywood Studios. And they had tons of characters there. They had a ton of stuff at Galaxy's Edge. They got this little fold out poster that had the Falcon on it and all the different themes. And then they showed old stills from the opening of the park. And the opening of the park, they had 3PO there and some Ewoks and stuff like that because they still had Star Tours, right? And we did ride Star Tours a couple times last week, and we kept getting Ahsoka, and I'm like, man, and they got the whales, and I'm like, we're like, did we go again? I want to get the next scene, but I was just like, can't ride the same scene 3 times. It was driving me nuts. It's like the minute the opening went, I'm like, I know which one this one is. Oh my god, come on. But it's still good. The Ahsoka scene's good. I like that Rosario Dawson was very involved. So
really, that was nice. That's
nice. Yeah.
Dope. I didn't go to Star Tours. I can't believe I missed it. I was like, wait, what? I went to the launch bay, and I don't even know where Star Tours was. I was like, where the fuck is Star Tours at? And I just didn't. Yeah, I don't.
That's why I should have gone with you guys. Just I was your tour guide at Universal, taking you everywhere. It's all right,
it would have been
head this way.
Yeah. Oh well, what can you do?
That's all right. Next year, Ed'll join us.
Yeah, I might come down for May 4th next year if they got something going on. I might do it. I might come down there.
If you do, I'll get in.
Yeah,
we'll do it.
All right. Well, That's it, man. Listen, that's the show. Join us here next week. I think I will be on another show tomorrow, the Hyperdrive, as a guest. So check that out. We'll see what happens. I do gotta go to New York tomorrow, so we'll see. I should get back on time now. But
and hopefully next week I'll have more facial hair.
Yeah, hopefully a little bit of stubble will grow back, looking like Darth Vader's helmet. But yeah, this is Sean.
This is Lil.
This is Ed. Happy Star Wars Day.
And may the Force be with you.
Always.
Damn, I didn't play that outro.